What's up, guys? I'm back, everyone. How are you? Much love to you, much positivity, getting that elevation going right now as I connect with you on this viewing device that I have here that I can use, so I can connect. And right now, I'm just in here in the mode. Last weekend, I've been very busy. And last weekend, on top of everything else I've been doing, helping people, trying to stay on schedule, and it's easier said than done when spinning the plates. Also, in those plates to spin, as I was talking about being ready when a universe comes knocking and trying to clear out my path so I could be there. One of the things I wanted my path cleared for is to attend, at least, at the very least, one of the very amazing days at my man Shango Colibri 333's art gallery, his first art gallery at the Chain Link. It's called the Chain Link Galleries in LA in Little Ethiopia. And it was called Nature's Fabulous Themes, and it was just outstanding, out of this world. And I was there from about, I would say about three ish until about 11:30. So I was there for most of the day, and just capturing the moments and gathering this footage and material so I could share the experience with all of you and everything. And or that material, I should say, not this material. I kind of like flashed into as if I was doing a video for that one, but no, I'm doing a video for you right now. But anyway, as you can see, like I said, you get caught in the mode, man. Just get caught in the mode, just following through. And so yeah, but it was an amazing thing. So definitely, I put it up last night. It was late last night. I put about 16 hours into it, and don't chop my head off. I'm not a master editor, and I'm not a master videographer. I don't claim to be. Just that I do these to capture the moment, capture the experience, and share that with you. And if it helps out if I can help out other people in the process of doing that, that's what I'm gonna do. Because I know what it's all about. It's about that networking and making the world a little bit smaller, and connecting our communities together so that way we can be turned on to something that's either useful or something that's new, or we can get more productive together. Let's not face the world alone. Let's come along, support, and also let's do our parts. It's not, as I always say, for me, it's not always about me. So I've always known that type of a message very young in life. I say in my early 20s as a young man growing up, it started to become more apparent to me that that was the big picture. Look at the big picture of things, you know what I mean? So moving right along also. So big shouts to the Fellowship fam, the Blowed fam, Shango Colibri 333, that's my bro. So many others that I met there, just awesome. And you can check them out in the video. Definitely follow those handles. Check these people out. They are authentic people and amazing. So yeah, I'm very happy to be on that side of the fence of representation. So today I'd like to talk about, there's a disturbance in the force, and I know that people could probably feel this. And it's funny too, because I'm seeing a lot of videos popping up. Everybody seems to be a bit perturbed. It's like it's in the air, and in the air you can see this disturbance from the weather and things like that. So it's been getting a little bit gray around here, and possibly could shower a little bit from like a big major, a tropical storm, or a storm that's coming up from the south and everything. So this is also very trippy. But yeah, today I felt the energy shift. And I don't know if any of you felt the energy shift, but I definitely felt the energy shift. If I was being productive and moving forward with the day and making things happen, was making great time. And then things just took a left. I One of my clients ended up canceling on me because something just, and that's what I mean as well, is like they also got out of their own zone too. And what I was up to was preparing all the space for these clients, and in the middle of doing that, and when I was almost done, there was a certain individual that came by, and this person's energy is definitely disturbed and was definitely lost. And they had expressed a few negative things, along the lines of maybe deletion or attempted deletion and things like that of others and things like that. And it was definitely like they were casing the area, and looking to see whose behavioral patterns are like what, to see where they could push and poke and prod. Right at that moment in time when I encountered them, they actually called me out to talk to them, so it was kind of awkward, but I had to deal with that as well. And by the time I was done dealing with that, it kind of detoured me a little bit, and threw off the rest of the day? Or did I allow myself to be detoured, right? So, not crying over spilt milk. I really feel bad about not being able to help this client because I was looking forward to it. But nevertheless, the point is that you can feel this shift in the balance of things right now. People might be uh, focus on more of the negative things and reacting from emotion more than good judgment and priority and moving forward with goals and having a better life, right? So that's what it's mainly all about right now, is just keep your focus, make sure that you recognize the cues when you hear people bending themselves out of place, out of shape. Try to maintain a calm demeanor, but be firm, right? Be firm, but maintain a calm demeanor. And also, if things don't go your way, just don't, try your best not to flip out and don't misuse your energy, because that's what another part of this is about, is how we see all these people. And I've learned more about this as I've been working for myself. I possibly was one of the many that are out there that possibly would put my energy into a not so useful place, even though maybe momentarily it made me feel better, like, ha, I told them, or I gave them a piece of my mind. But ultimately, what I've learned from being on the other side of the fence is a lot of us are misguiding that energy, and we're wasting that energy, and we're actually outsmarting ourselves most of the time. you know so, like, for instance, the gentleman, this individual that was over here earlier, I was trying to detour him from, or this person, I should say, not him or she, whatever, but I was trying to detour them from their train of thought and what they were thinking, the area that they were sinking low into, and choosing to put their energy and focuses into that level. Right. So I was trying to get them to understand that everyone out here has the opportunity to misguide ourselves, let that emotion take us on a wild ride. We have the option to do that, but it's up to us to maintain that sort of balance and control, and to make that plan and to make something work. You know what I mean? So it's up to us to have the right decisions of where to put the energy and not waste the energy, and then we can have a better time and a better life. And then also with the client, they were a bit upset, right? And I can't blame them. I'm not upset with them for that. I feel awful for not being able to be there for them. It's rarity. It's a rarity. But I literally was dealing with something at the moment that I feel I was put here to do. So, toss up, right? But nevertheless, like, when they responded, they also responded with, like, they felt like maybe they were facing some sort of rejection or something, possibly too, which wasn't true. But you can tell when someone spools themselves up, when they get when they put the tension in their chest and shoulders. You can tell, that they're ramping themselves up to interact in a not so positive fashion, right? So as I was literally in, excuse me, I'm sorry, as I was literally in action, en route to them, that's when they said, "Hey, I'm gonna cancel," and then they started to respond from more of an emotional place rather than being objective or understanding. So it was more of an emotional place, and that's why I say possibly they felt like they were getting snubbed, but they weren't. They weren't. And so you can tell by the reactions that we're trying to push upon me, like, oh, you should have done this and you should have done that. Like, okay, first off, with any individual, see, this is a waste of energy. Don't try to tell other people how they do handle their responsibilities in their daily life processes or at their jobs. No one's coming to you, hopefully, trying to tell you how to do what you need to do in the day, right? So don't project that energy onto others, because they don't understand the unforeseen challenges that any individual could face in a day, including themselves. So I'm sure if the tables were turned, they would say, "Oh, you don't understand the things I have to deal with." And see, and that's where you fucking up. That's where you stepped over the line. You're not supposed to act out of pocket in that fashion. All what you're doing is trying to self-validate and make yourself feel better for a couple seconds. It's like your pride or something, which is ego driven, which is, It's impulsive thinking. It's driven off of um, emotions, emotions and certain interpretations of things that may not be so accurate, so it causes a person to jump to conclusions. So they're filling in blanks with their own stories instead of getting down to the actual facts. And you can tell because this is when people also people with personality disorders do this too. And it actually these type of behaviors do belong to personality disorders, but you'll hear them rearrange facts in stories in order to make themselves seem like more like the victim all the time. For instance, these individuals, I should say, my client claimed that I said I'd be there by 12, which is absolutely not true. All of my appointments have a window that I show up between, and it's always 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. See? But I gave him the play by play as the day was going along. And there's certain hours and parameters that certain facilities operate within that we deal with and have relationships with, that we have to get to them within those time frames. So if we're out in the field doing something and it goes past that time, it's most likely that we'll be handling some of those tasks early the next day. And that's with any business. That's with any task. So for a person to tell you, you should do this and you should do that and you should have did this and all that, it's kind of like, all right, yeah, I get your drift. And everybody wishes that life was perfect and that we had rainbows at the end of every block that we could slide over and everything like that, and it was all peaches and cream. But sometimes reality comes to rear its head, and we have to move accordingly with the flow of that. And there's not much we can do about it. So do you get ultimately upset? No. The only thing for me that would perturb me a little bit is just the fact that, yeah, I could have stayed home, right? I could have been doing other things and moving them along a little bit quicker. But it does make me feel, not so great. I wish that I was there for them, but, you know, what are you going to do? But nevertheless, you could see how the individual from the outside, when you have a different angle of things, a different perspective, you can see things differently. And so I started to see over the years how many people misplace their energy. So I try to be more mindful of how I use my energy in the day and how I invest and give my energy out to the world in a day, because it gave me a new perspective when I see people use their misguided, misdirected energy. So also, you too, make sure you don't misdirect your energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of assumptions people can make. Don't ever do that. You know the old phrase, you'll make an ass out of both you and me. Don't fill in blanks where there's nothing to fill, right? Because you need to go to the source. So don't be someone who spouts off rumors or lies or tries to manipulate others and to make yourself seem momentarily interesting, which is very narcissistic types of traits. So these are all things that we all need to watch in life and to be aware when they're also taking place, right? And so that way you don't misuse your own energy, because after all of us have a little mission of our own, some goals, some things that we came out to set to and accomplish. So it's easiest to get to any destination with a straight line, right? We know this too, not zigzagging all over the place and doing loop-de-loops, coming back, going on top of your head, and then, nope, it's a straight line through, right? So let's try to keep the line as straight as we can. And so yeah, man, that's generally the energy I wanted to share with you today, is that I know we can feel a disturbance in the force, and there's other things coming too that I've been seeing and hearing about and things like that. But right now I just wanted to mainly talk about, make sure that you don't misdirect and misuse or waste your energy out in the world, and to always stay objective and reasonable, and stay down to earth and planet, man, so we can get some real good things done and with some good people in here, and we can start seeing things from a higher elevated perspective. All right, y'all, if y'all were watching this video, please drop a like. Please come along for the journey. Subscribe, turn on the notifications bell so you can always keep up with what I'm doing. As you know, I'm King A.D.S. I'm a music guy. Check out all the music on my page. Check out all my featured channels, including the Almighty Grind, Elevated Soul Presents A.D.S. Check out Theta Mob. Check out Cosmic Rock Box. Check out the Bar Sweat and Years mixes. And check out Legacy Family. And check out the Almighty Grind if I didn't say it already. I don't know if I said it, but there, I said it. And let's keep it moving. All right, y'all. Love y'all. Peace.